Fresh metal joins the leader-size naked bike class with the addition of Suzuki's GSX-S1000 ABS. Based off Suzuki's cultish K5 generation Gixxer 1000 Superbike engine, the S model intends to win over motorcyclists with practical performance at an affordable price.
Basically, this is a bike that Suzuki should have built probably 10 years ago when the K5 originally came out. Obviously, it takes its engine from the K5. In that regard, it's a brilliant engine. Everyone's always known how good that engine is. I'm a little disappointed with the on-off feeling of the throttle. When you're on a closed throttle and you just get to crack it just a little bit, it does have a real sort of hesitation in the throttle.
Usually Suzuki's are real smooth off the bottom, real linear, and really easy to ride. This year's Suzuki, it was kind of surprising that it was a little abrupt. It's not that bad, but when you're going through corners and you want a smooth throttle, the abrupt off-on, it kind of screws up the whole, flow of the corner. And compared to the Tuono, it's just not as smooth off the initial throttle.
Once you've got over that initial crack of throttle, there's just torque everywhere. So it really feels, you can sort of hear that GSX-R sort of lineage within the bike.
So the Suzuki is kind of the sleeper of the group when it comes to the power. It has the third highest horsepower numbers, but you wouldn't really get that from riding it. It has a real linear power delivery. I think mid-range is the strongest. It actually pulls higher in the Rs than the KTM. It's definitely one of the more comfortable bikes of the group. The seat foam's nice and plush, the legs are in a relaxed position, the bars are definitely set up higher than, say, like the Tuono.
It's quite a small bike as well, like it's quite compact, but the ergonomics of the bike, the engineers have done a really good job. It's small without feeling cramped.
Suzuki could do a little bit better in the braking department, maybe fitting braided lines on there, or just something to kind of give it a little bit more bite, a little more stopping power. Another feature I didn't really like about the Suzuki in the braking department is just the always-on ABS. On the Aprilia and the KTM, you can manually disable that feature, and it kind of makes it a little bit more fun to ride in certain circumstances.
Also, the suspension on the road is quite good at a sedate pace. Once you really start to push it, then you will start to find the outer limits of the suspension.
As far as bang for the buck goes, the award for that would go to the Suzuki. It's really an incredible bargain for just over 10 grand. That's literally thousands of dollars less than the KTM and Aprilia. And sure, it's not quite as much fun to ride as either of those two bikes, but I think if you're just looking for something to kind of have fun on the weekends, use as transportation to and from work and school, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a better bike than that. While we appreciate its slim and trim chassis, class-leading fuel economy, and bargain price that's almost 40% less than its closest competitor, the Suzuki's so-so handling, especially on rough pavement, paired with quirky throttle response, are hard to ignore, slotting the GSX-S in third place.